What's the word? What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to What's the Word. I'm your host, Uncle Black, 215. Back in the saddle one more time. Talk about some things that transpire. And before we get to that, I want everybody to head over to Spotify and go check out the 2.5 Wheels podcast. New episodes have just released over on that page, so go and check it out. Go and run those views up. And check out the other videos here on What's the Word here on Spotify. If you're already listening. Thank you, Apple, wherever you listening at. Happy videos. Appreciate you. Yes, sir. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna bring it down. Woo! All right, so listen. We got SmackDown. SmackDown is in the books. 3 hours. SmackDown said, we got some things to show y'all. And y'all need to see it. Listen, I'm going to be honest. Like, I sat down and watched this joint, and I'm like, you know what? If this is how WWE finna carry it all year long, then sign me up, buddy. Because this, I'm not gonna lie, this show was lit from top to bottom. Like, it was like clippable moments throughout the entire show. Like, every segment had a moment that you can definitely see on social media. And you probably did the same damn night. And this was the first one of the year. So if this show has given us any inclination on what the rest of the year is looking like, then it's a go. So, listen, I appreciate y'all. Let's just go ahead and get into it, man. This is SmackDown, the review. So we kick off SmackDown. Now, look, I feel like I'm trying to remember everything that happened all at once. So forgive me if I don't go in sequential order. But I think, I know there was a huge tag match, if I'm not mistaken. It was an 8-woman tag team match, right? It was out there getting busy. And if it has anything to do with, you know, the show being so much longer, that they in the building and they out here cooking like they cooking. If this is how it's going to stay, then I say, hey, let it go. You feel me? Now, I feel like Rhea Ripley is always going to be in that position to just be aura farming every time she walks out the curtain. You know, because mommy gets what mommy wants. You heard? And as far as Io Sky, she is always going to be on the trajectory upwards. Because it seems like every time she goes out there, she does something different, something that we have never seen before, something that amazes everybody. So, nothing but good things to say about Io Sky. And as far as, you know, the other women in the match, you got Charlotte Flair, who's going to be Charlotte Flair. It's nothing you can do about that. And then you got Little Miss Bliss. And where her, she like the Alexa Bliss is definitely like the let me see, what can I compare Alexa Bliss to? She is definitely just like she's smooth as butter in the ring for sure, and she's like the glue to definitely hold everything together to keep everything fresh. So again, these ladies can pretty much do no wrong, if you ask me. But, you know, you got to tack on Nia Jax. You got to tack on Lash Legend. And them two right there, Nia Jax on her own, already got a career a mile long. You feel me? Lash Legend, sky is the limit for her. So it's just a matter of time to see what happens with her. But listen, if this is what this women's tag division is looking like, then hey, more for us. Am I right or am I right? Okay, moving on. We had a lot of debuts on the show tonight, and we even got ourselves a big return. Yes, sir. So listen, I'm not going to cap, right? We get the entrance of one Kit Wilson. And I have to say, man, Kit got probably one of the best video walls that I've ever seen on WWE. And the song ain't too bad neither, but this guy right here, I don't know what we doing with him. If we just gonna keep setting him up for failure, then you know what it is. But A+ to him. About and next up, listen, man, we got a return that pretty much did everything that you want a return to do. As I was talking about, we had Kit Wilson in the ring getting ready to battle a mystery opponent. And this mystery opponent, you heard the woo, woo, woo. You know it. But the woo, 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 Zack Ryder, faded to black. And when the lights came back on, we saw, always ready, Matt Cardona making his official WWE debut on this 3-hour SmackDown. Now, I tell you what, man, as far as what happened afterwards, it was elementary. You knew that was going to happen. But let's talk about the story of Matt Cardona for real. I mean, I'm not going to put him over too much, but I'll say this. This is somebody who left and just worked. There's nothing else to say other than that, because he went out, he got the money, and he put the work in. He had the matches. He got the reps in. And he just stayed consistent. Stayed in what he wanted to do. And for him to come back as himself, that's a plus. So I know this is going to do wonders as far as what you would need for a show like SmackDown to go 3 hours. So he's a great addition to the show. And, you know, he'll be a good fit just because, you know, it's Matt Cardona, man. All right. Shout out to U.S. champion Carmelo Hayes, continuing on the U.S. Open Challenge, even though it was just a one-on-one match this evening. He got out there and he got tangled up with Johnny Gargano. And listen, Melo don't miss. And so far, he's out here doing his thug thizzle, defending the U.S. title. Okay? Now this U.S. championship is starting to look like it was a little bit back in the day. Now it's just like, I feel like all you got to do is just get the good matches going. And Carmelo Hayes, if you ask me, is a good match factory. All right. The man can do no wrong between the ropes. All right. And speaking of doing no wrong between the ropes here, one thing I saw that really, really caught my eye and really got me going, it was the WWE Women's United States Championship, the women's U.S. title. It was Julia versus Chelsea Green. And Chelsea Green lost the championship to Julia. Now, how do I feel about it? I don't like it. I don't like it at all because, Chelsea Green is amazing at what she does. Not a knock on Julia because she can go and she could do what she do very well. But, Chelsea was good holding the belt. I know probably got a lot of obligations going back and forth to Mexico. But, she could have still held it. But shout out to Julia and new Women's United States champion. I feel like, again, with the show going 3 hours, a lot of pieces again put in place to make the show a bit more interesting. And, hopefully, things get moved around. We can actually get some good attention on the Women's U.S. title, just like they do the Women's Intercontinental Championship over on Raw. So just to quote Simon Miller, you just copy and paste that. That's all you got to do. And that won't hurt nobody. But something that will hurt somebody is the just straight up, psychological warfare at this point between one Drew McIntyre and Cody Raheem Rhodes. And I'm gonna shoot here. That's crazy. I think this is a Friday night SmackDown match in Germany. This is a TV match, so for these guys to put this much into it is really, really elevating the stature of this contest here. This is a 3 stages of hell match. Like, for y'all that remember, that are longtime fans of the product, that the 3 stages of hell match was only reserved for the hey man, these guys have been through so much. There's only one thing left to do. 3 matches at once. Because that's basically what it is. 2 out of 3 falls. But that's neither here nor there. We call it 3 stages of hell. And now we bringing it back. And this was the night that the selection was going to be made. But Drew is, in everybody's eyes, the ultimate hater. And at this point, he is the ultimate op. Because this man stole a picture of Cody and his dad off the bus, brought it in the ring, and he burnt it. He burnt it, bro. You got to understand, man, as much as everybody loves Drew McIntyre, like, after he did all of this, I'm like, yo, he's not winning the belt. Because there is no way that he's just going to do the worst thing you could possibly do in this instance here. Just all around be a terrible person. In kayfabe and in real life, just be a terrible person. I'm sure he's amazing in real life. But in the story, god awful. And so I feel like, again, we love you, Drew, but I don't know, man. So, but if Drew McIntyre wins the WWE Championship in the 3 stages of hell match, I will be happy because I've been singing Drew's praises for as long as I can remember. And I was just wanting him to have a long, lengthy title reign that actually, has some substance to it. So if it happens here, fantastic. If not, I don't even know what we gonna do from this moment on. Ladies and gentlemen, we have had quite the show so far. And I'm in the 3 hours of SmackDown that has taken place, okay? I feel like the thing that everybody needs to be talking about is the debuts on SmackDown. Okay, we talking about Jordynne Grace with the side camera pan into the room. Hi, I work here now. Now, if you don't know who Jordynne Grace is, ladies and gentlemen, you ain't got much longer until you find out who she really is, okay? And she is like that. And you guys will surely see that she is definitely a perfect fit to really strengthen the women's division here on SmackDown, especially for it going to 3 hours. And arguably, in my opinion, the highlight of the night, Sami Zayn was cutting a very impassioned promo saying that, hey, 2026 is my year and I'm going to be a WWE champion. And that was cute. But then we get the horns. We hear the tune. And the crowd chants, whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. Trick Williams officially, steps out in front of the people with the lights and the smoke and the mink coat he had on. He pulled up to SmackDown and made his intentions crystal clear. And listen, if you got anything to say about his promo, shut up, because promo game was on point. You hear me? And listen, he came across very, very genuine. The crowd was cheering the fuck out of Trick. Okay, he's already over, even as a heel. So, and if he does go face eventually, he's gonna be a fucking money machine in the future. So just trust and believe that. But Trick making his presence felt on SmackDown really, really, really strengthens this entire show. And from hour 1 to hour 3 now, because anywhere you put any of these new additions here, it makes the show must see. And it's definitely going to keep some eyeballs on the product. And now, closing out. All right, we got us a main event. It is an ambulance match where you got Aleister Black taking on Damian Priest in my opinion, the feud that has been going on way too long. So it's okay that the match was solid because it was an ambulance match. Like, those boys definitely went out there and earned their money for sure. Some backs are hurting, no doubt. And, Damian got the dub. So hopefully, this is the end of this feud here, because I feel like I don't know where else you can go to this. Like, what extent are you going to go from this? Like, because you're not going to do like a Buried Alive match. You're not going to do like an Inferno match, because, we're not doing that. So just leave it alone. Just let Aleister Black go after a championship. Let Damian go after the WWE title. Let Aleister go after the U.S. title. And everybody just lives happily ever after in this 3-hour extravaganza. But as far as the show itself, it really, really checked a lot of boxes as far as like, all right, we got 3 hours to fill. What are we gonna do? We'll do this. And before I go, I definitely got to shout out Solo Sikoa and the MFTs. Shout out to the interaction between Tama Tonga and Shinsuke Nakamura, speaking in the Japanese, because I didn't understand the thing they said, but it just looked so serious. Right on the eve of Wrestle Kingdom. So shout out to them. Shout out to the Wyatt Six. I hope, we can actually do something with the tag team titles, because boy, oh boy, they just stuck in spooky, scary town. No disrespect to anybody, but I'm just saying, the belts need to be defended a little bit more. But we gotta, those two are going to be on the collision course. And That should be good TV. And with that, I think I'm gonna put a bow on this one here, on this episode of What's the Word. I appreciate y'all watching. Appreciate y'all tapping in. I appreciate y'all listening on the shows. Appreciate y'all on the Spotify's, the Apple Podcasts, iTunes, YouTube, wherever you get it, wherever you get your podcast at. Just appreciate you listening. Bring the music back in. Yeah. Appreciate you. Yeah. Follow me on Instagram at UncleBlack215. Follow the YouTube page, UncleBlack215. And with that being said, I will see you in the next episode. And as always, what's the word?